A new report reveals a wild update about what Manny Machado had to say on veteran David Peralta and his potential role in fixing the Padres, why he's not here. Let's talk about it and everything going on right now with the San Diego Padres. What's going on, everybody? Christian Pedersen back with another episode of Padres Digest. Thank you very much for tuning into the show. This is the part where I do the stereotypical YouTube thing of asking, can you hit the subscribe button? If not, no worries. Let's talk about some baseball. All right, Manny Machado, I want to just get to the quote before we go any further. Quoted in a recent article. I will read it for you in case the font is too small. My apologies on that front. Still learning the ratios on all these full screen graphics. Honestly, I see it, said Machado. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. I guess the game is going younger. This quote is him talking about the exclusion of veterans more often from roster constructions. I don't know if it's for money reasons or honestly, I have no idea what it is. I mean, we've all talked about it. We've seen guys who, David, then he mentions David Peralta. He was a big part of our push last year, and he's at home. So I don't know the answer to it. Why? I don't know. There could be a number of reasons. So not necessarily that this is Manny out there like cooking up drama and being like, oh, F you, AJ Preller. But I still think that for Manny to go the lengths of mentioning a specific Padre when there have been multiple veteran Padres cut, DFA'd, not renewed, or whatever you want to say about how they departed ways from the team, but there's been multiple veterans over the last 2 years, let alone over Manny's whole time in his 7+ years as a San Diego Padre. So to mention David Peralta specifically, I think is really interesting and a subtle little public nudge, maybe, if you will, for those of you unfamiliar with David Peralta's contribution to the San Diego Padres last season. These were his numbers. He is currently an unrestricted, unsigned free agent, like Manny said, just sitting at home, which you could always guess that Manny just knows or can, is just kind of saying that to be like, oh, he's just sitting at home. Or Manny might actually have talked to him and been like, dude, are you ready? Game ready if we start a little back-end PR thing. Can you be here? 267, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs in, I'll call it platoon duty. I think that this is something that absolutely is not worth shaking your head at. I think this is something that absolutely the San Diego Padres could benefit from any offensive improvements that we have right now. I switched graphics here. These are the current list of San Diego Padres hitting over 250. If you look at us on our stats for home runs, batting averages, slugging percentages, all that kind of stuff, the Padres are a fairly low to mid-tier ranked team in everything. So I would say, to me, what is the point of not taking a flyer on this? David Peralta is not a spring chicken. David Peralta is not somebody that I'm saying needs to be the permanent fix. 37 years old. It's the scene from Moneyball where he's having and it's even David. So I do complete synergy there without it being planned. But David, I want to get as much out of baseball as I can from you, and you want to stay in the show a little bit. Like, why not? We've got a bunch of different videos where I feel like I've now said why not to like 24 players. But of all the why nots, I feel like an unrestricted free agent dude who's just sitting at home that you can say, hey, we were willing to give Terso 7 at-bats. Why not give David Peralta 7 at-bats and see if we can't wind up with some more David Peralta moments? Obviously, the dude, there's some iconic, when you Google David Peralta Padres, he's given post-game press conferences. He's hit a couple big hits. He was a little bit of just a lightning rod connector kind of guy. And I'm sure that all of you out there will jump into the comment section and be into two camps. One of the love it, bring him back, like why not, all in. Or I bet that some of you will be the, no way. I don't think there's much middle ground here. But of all the options and opportunities, this is one that Manny Machado now is specifically referencing of like, hey, don't know why this guy's not currently still on the team. And I think it's the fact that Also, we're not asking him to come in and necessarily hit 400 and take 400 at bat. Like, it's, again, we just need a limited platoon play. And I know we need a permanent left fielder, but I'm not, like, this is not that video, and I'm not arguing that this guy is permanent left field, but this guy is temporary boost, injection, little bit in the veins. If he can come in and hit, again, look at the numbers for last season from David Peralta, 267 on a team where right now we are struggling to have people hitting above 250. Why not take a shot on somebody who at the very least can hit in the range of 250? Like, it's not, I don't think it is asking that much for the Padres to take a minor league flyer on a dude and say, look, if he can hit around what Gavin Sheets is doing. Gavin Sheets had a very hot start to the season, and this is not a Gavin Sheets catching a stray, but Gavin Sheets has regressed to be a decent major league hitter with a shrug of, like, he's got a good he's hitting home runs, he's slugging the ball, like, he's a guy who fits a role, and is, as that batting average is going to go down the more we give him a ton of at bats. So if Peralta can come in to be sort of a okay, like, we trust him as much as we trust Sheets in left field, great. We'll give him a day at first base. We'll give him a third and a over, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like we piece him here, it can maybe have some of those other unintended consequences of if he can take on some of the lefty hitters for Sheets and let Sheets kind of buoy that batting average back up. I don't know. Just, to me, like I said, as I go down the list, and you can go through all of the videos that we have on our timeline and watch maybe me go from optimism in the trade market to sort of complacency and desperation where I'm just like, I'll try anybody. But when we have a San Diego Padres team that is losing close games to the Dodgers, that maybe one double here, one sac fly instead of a strikeout, I just want anything that is balls in play more than we currently have, to me, is a huge bonus when we are still hanging in there as close to the Dodgers as we are, despite having as big a difference as we do from them offensively speaking. So I say, if Manny Machado is out there saying, name dropping specifically Peralta, saying, I don't know why this guy is not on the team, why don't the San Diego Padres take a flyer? I challenge you guys, drop in the comment section and convince me otherwise. If not, I will say, and let's anoint this guy as the next opportunity. Like, if we're going to try something, we might as well try this. Let me know, though, like I said, with the comment, and if you could hit the subscribe button, it would be much appreciated, but you are not required to do it, so no stress if you don't. We will still bring tons of Padres content all season long. Thank you very much for tuning in. Keep the faith, Padres fans, even though we've got things like this to complain about. It's going to keep getting better and better. Talk to you soon.